Hi guys, if anyone's logged on early, I'm Elisa. We're going to start here in about a minute. We're doing a hour-long yoga flow class today. It's going to be a mixture of Hatha and Vinyasa. We are not going to be using any props because most of us are at home and we don't have a bunch of yoga props. But if you do want to grab a strap or like a belt of some kind, you can even use like a purse strap for any women out there who have any of the long handled purses. That's a good one to grab for like flexibility poses. So I'm just going to grab a purse strap. I actually don't have my own yoga strap. Funny for a yoga teacher not to have her own strap, but I think I lost it in the many moves that I've had. So I just have a purse strap. You'll want some water handy just to make sure that you stay hydrated throughout the class. And we're going to go ahead and get started because it's 5:45. So if you want to grab your phone and maybe play some music in the background, I typically listen to music while I'm doing my practice. You don't have to. Just try to find some open space, enough at least for you to roll out your mat. And let's get started. So we're going to start in our easy seated position. That's crisscross legs. So crisscross those legs, settle the hip bones onto the mat, hands tops of the knees, palms face the sky or the floor. Eyes are closed, starting to focus inwards, drawing our attention to our breath. So we're inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Good. Trying to lengthen those inhales and exhales. So a good rule of thumb here is try to count to 4 as you inhale. Holding for 1 at the top and then counting to 4 as you exhale. Good. Just a couple more. Relaxing the forehead muscles, relaxing the face. Relaxing those shoulders down away from the neck and the ears. Good. 1 more inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to open those eyes. And then we're going to inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, float the hands down. Good. So we're in our nice forward fold position. I'm going to turn sideways. So forward fold, head floats down, hands relax. Good. Then we'll inhale, walk the hands back up towards the body, nice neutral spine. Then we're going to inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And exhale, press those palms out, fingers pointing up towards the sky. Good. Inhale, lift. And exhale, press those palms out, fingers pointing up towards the sky. Good. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, press those palms out, fingers pointing up. Good. Bringing hands all the way down. We're going to plant both of our hands, walk that left hand out, and then we're going to bring that left ear towards the left shoulder. Right hand is going to lift, but we're pushing down towards the floor with those right fingertips. Good. Nice deep breaths here. Really let the head hang, letting gravity do the work for you so you're not forcing the head into a stretch or the neck into a stretch. Just a nice gentle gravity stretch. Good. Both those hips still on the floor. And then we're going to turn it into a side body stretch. So we're going to inhale, lift that right hand up. Turn the gaze towards the ceiling if that's okay for your neck. If not, we're going to transfer that gaze towards the floor. So really reaching that shoulder blade away from the rib cage, reaching the rib cage away from the hips here, creating that nice side body stretch. Good. 1 more inhale. Exhale, rise up, both hands stretching towards the sky. Nice. Inhale, big stretch up. And exhale, press those palms out, fingers pointing out towards the sky. Hands come all the way down back to the mat. And then that right hand is going to walk out. Right ear towards that right shoulder, left hand lifts, but we're pushing that left hand down towards the floor. So nice side of the neck stretch again here for us. Good. Opposite side. Nice deep breaths. Beautiful. Keep those inhales and exhales coming in and out through the nose if you can. Remember, if we're struggling with allergies or maybe we're a little stuffed up, it's okay to breathe through the mouth. Nose breath is just a little bit more relaxing. And then we're going to turn it into that side body stretch. Inhale, reach that left hand up. bending into that right elbow, turning that gaze either up underneath the bicep or down towards the mat. So nice deep breaths here. Both of our hips rooting down to the floor. So we're not lifting up our left hip. Good. Opening up those rib cages, really getting those inhales nice and deep. And then we're going to inhale, rise up, both hands to the sky. Good. Exhale, settle those shoulders down. And then inhale, big stretch up, reach through that spine. Good. Exhale, float those hands down. Nice. So go ahead and switch feet. We always do things one on each side for yoga, so we want to make sure we switch those feet up. Settle the hips down, inhale, circle sweep arms up, and exhale, forward fold. So remember, those hands float down, head floats down, nice relaxed spine here. You really want to let those neck muscles turn off. So the head is floating all the way down to the floor, or as close to the floor as you can get it. So we're collapsing those rib cages into our knees, into our legs, floating that head down, letting those neck muscles turn off. Nice deep breaths here. Good. One more inhale. And exhale, walk the hands back up towards the body. Nice neutral spine. So you want to settle into those hips. Then we're going to inhale, circle sweep arms up. And exhale, gentle twist, right hand to the left knee. Left hand floats down and back. Good. So little gentle twist here. Settle those shoulders down away from the spine. Make sure you're bringing the gaze as far over that left shoulder as you can. Nice. And then we're going to inhale, slowly unwind back to center, both hands towards the sky. Big inhale, stretch up. And exhale, opposite side. Left hand floats down to the right knee. Right hand floats down and back. Same thing, and bringing that chin as far over that right shoulder as you can. Both those hips are still settled, so we're still sitting on both the hips. You're sitting tall through the spine, so you're not slouching in that back. You're lifting the chest. One more inhale. And exhale, slowly unwind both hands to the ceiling. Inhale, sweep up with that stretch. And exhale, forward fold one more time. Nice. Relax that spine, relax that neck. Really good deep breaths here, getting deep into those rib cages. Nice. One more inhale. Exhale, walk those hands back in towards the body. Nice neutral spine. Good. So we're going to do a couple of seated cat-cows. So seated cat-cows, you're going to keep those hips rooted to the floor. Hands come to the fronts of the knees. We're going to inhale, press the chest forwards, elbows go straight back, chin lifts. Good. Exhale, start at the belly, tuck that belly in, tuck those hips under, and then fold it back. So you're really using your hands as anchors here. So inhale, move those hips first, press that chest forwards, elbows fold back, and then that chin comes forwards. Good. Exhale, move those hips underneath, pull that belly button in, and then that chin drops in towards the chest. Good. Inhale, move those hips. Shifting out behind you, belly and chest go forwards, elbows go back, chin goes forwards. Good. And exhale, round the spine behind you. Good. Inhale, push that chest forward, elbows go straight back. And exhale, shift. Good. So just a couple of these. Cat-cows are meant to be a nice back and core warm-up. So we want to make sure that we're using both our back muscles and our core muscles. Couple more each direction. Really try to tie that breath with that movement. So inhale forwards and exhale back. Good. Inhale forwards and exhale back. Nice. Let's do one more each direction. And exhale back. Good. Finding that nice neutral spine. We're going to transfer into our tabletop pose. So tabletop pose is hands and knees. Now you want to make sure that your wrists are right underneath your shoulders, knees are directly underneath your hips. And then we're going to do our cat-cows in our tabletop pose. So cat-cows in your tabletop pose, you're lifting the hips, dropping the belly, raising the gaze on your inhale. And exhale, tuck the tailbone, curve the spine back. Up towards the ceiling, chin drops down for your exhale. So inhale, lift the hips, drop the belly, raise the gaze. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, curve the spine up, chin tucks. Good. Inhale, lift the hips, drop the belly, raise the gaze. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, curve the spine up, chin tucks. So a couple more, really drawing our attention to the vertebra here. So you want to think about moving one vertebra at a time. So you're starting at the base, starting with that sacrum, rolling that spine up one vertebra at a time, and then inhale, lift the sacrum up, drop that belly, gaze rises. Good. Couple more. Keep a gentle bend in our elbows. We want to make sure we're protecting those elbow joints. And remember, it's a core and back warm up. So in our cow pose with this belly low, we're pushing the rib cage down with our back muscles. And then in our cat pose, inhaling high, we're rising up with those core muscles, pressing that rib cage high into the spine. Good. So remember, one inhale, one exhale, each move. Tying that breath with the movement. Good. Thinking about those vertebrae, relaxing the face muscles, gentle bend in those elbows, push through the full hand, not just your wrist. Beautiful. One more each direction. Really warming up that spine and belly. Good. And then we're going to come into a nice neutral spine. So back to that tabletop pose, gazes towards the floor. You're pushing the back side of the head up towards the ceiling. So you're not letting your head drop down towards the floor, but you're kind of pressing up against an imaginary piece of paper. Same thing with your belly button. You're pulling your belly button up towards that spine. So you're kind of creating this center line down the body with that core. Spreading those fingers nice and wide. We want to make sure we're pressing into the fingertips, not just our wrist bones. Toes are going to tuck behind us, and then we're going to lift those knees just an inch or two off the floor. So this is our hovering tabletop. We're just going to transfer from here to our down dog. So you're going to inhale, lift the hips, press that chest back towards those thighs, dropping the rib cage, sucking that belly in towards that spine, shoulder blades open away from the ears. Good. One more inhale here. And exhale, drop those knees back down into that tabletop hover. So nice strong core, strong legs for that tabletop hover. Good. And inhale, lift back down dog. Beautiful. Exhaling that down dog. Inhale one. And exhale, lower down into that tabletop hover. Inhale once. And exhale, lift. Press those hips back, drop that chest towards those thighs. Head goes between the shoulders, gaze behind you. Inhale once, and exhale back to that hover. Good, so we're gonna move a little faster here. Now, if we need a little bit of a modification, we're gonna drop to a tabletop fully with those knees down. So that's your modification here. Make sure those fingers are spread nice and wide, pressing through the full hand. So we're coming back into that hover, or we're coming back to full table, taking that modification. So we're going to inhale, lift, exhale, hover. Inhale, lift, exhale, hover. Inhale, lift, really pressing those heels towards the floor. Exhale, hover. Good, flatten the spine. Inhale, lift, press the hips high. Exhale, hover. Pull that belly up. Good, inhale, lift. Exhale, hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover. Last two, inhale, lift. And exhale, hover. Good, hold that hover for one more inhale. And exhale, knees down. Beautiful. We're going to untuck our toes, stand it tall for a high kneeling. So knees are directly underneath our hips here. Once again, those feet are flipped out. So tops of the feet are flat to the mat. Good. We're going to wake up our core and our quads a little bit. So you can either do hands at heart center, or you can open up those arms nice and wide to a T, palms facing the front. So we're activating the core, and then we're squeezing our glutes gently together behind us. We're going to bend at the knees, so you're not hinging at your hips. So you're not pushing your hips down and then lifting up. You're lowering your whole body down and then lifting up. Good. So you're exhaling down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Nice. Exhale down. Try to squeeze those glutes. Inhale, lift. Beautiful. Belly tucked in, nice and tight core. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Good. Two more. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Beautiful. We're going to step our right foot forwards, nice low lunge. So our low lunge position, both knees are at about 90. We're going to open up our hips. So we're going to inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, bend big into that right knee. Left knee lengthens, getting that nice hip flexor stretch. So you're thinking about lifting that left rib cage away from your left hip. Shoulder blades drop down away from those ears. We're rolling those shoulder blades back, so keeping that nice open chest. And then we're going to just gently pulse down. So we're going to inhale once. Exhale, press down just a little further. Inhale, release. Exhale, press down just a little further. Good. Inhale, release. Nice. 2 more. Exhale, press. Inhale, release. And exhale, press. Maybe a little back bend on this last one. And then float it forwards. Right leg lengthens, Head drops down. Nice half splits. So for half splits, you can either keep that right foot flat to the mat, or you can point those toes up towards the ceiling, whichever you prefer. So lengthening through the spine. You want to try to center your hips. So a lot of times that left hip tries to shift open behind us in our half splits. Try to pull that left hip forwards. Think about pushing that right hip back. So left hip is thinking about moving forwards. Right hip is thinking about moving back. And then we're dropping those shoulders, dropping that head, nice relaxed body for your stretch here. So you're thinking about that hamstring, using your breath, letting the body relax into the stretch. So remember, stretching shouldn't be painful. It's not necessarily going to be comfortable all the time, but we don't want it to be painful. One more inhale here. Exhale, we're going to bend back into that right knee. You might want to wiggle that foot back in if you wiggled it out for your low lunge or for your half splits. Left toes are going to tuck. We're going to inhale, lift, high lunge. So nice extended range in those arms. Shoulders drop down and back. So you really want to think about your biceps coming in line with your ears to keep that chest open. So I'm going to turn just so you guys can see it from the front too. So right knee is bent, Left leg nice and straight. Left heel is lifted off of that floor. Arms are turned slightly in, so those pinkies are turned towards each other just a tiny bit. Shoulders are dropped down, and then they're squeezing back behind us. Nice, gently active core here. So you're thinking about keeping that rib cage right on top of your hips. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, hands come to heart center. And then we're going to inhale. Shift that left foot forwards, chair pose. So we're coming into our chair pose. Feet together, knees together, squeeze those thighs in. For chair pose, we want that tailbone tucked under. So we're not coming into a squat with those hips out behind us. We're tucking that tailbone, really using the low core to help tuck. So those arms are staying up. Squeeze those thighs together. Really activate down the center line of the body. Good. We're just going to hold here for a couple more breaths. Big inhales, big exhales. You guys are still holding. I'm just adjusting the sound. Good. So still holding our chair pose. Squeezing those thighs together. Tailbone stays tucked under. Nice. One more inhale. Exhale, float it down, forward fold. Good. So that left foot's going to stay in front. We're going to step our right foot back. Bring the right knee down. So we're coming into that low lunge left side now. So remember, both those knees at about 90. Maybe we can walk that left foot forwards if we know we have a little bit more hip openness. We're going to untuck those right toes. So right foot is flat to the mat. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, we're sinking it down into that hip flexor stretch. So really letting the hip open up, opening those shoulders behind you. Good. Doing those inhales and exhales to sink a little deeper. So we're going to inhale, release. And exhale, sink down. Good. Inhale, release. Exhale, sink down. Nice. Inhale, release. Exhale, sink down. Really try to lift that rib cage away from the hip. Inhale, release. And exhale. Last one. Maybe you want to find a little bit deeper of a back bend. And then we're going to float those hands down. Lengthen that left leg. Nice hamstring stretch for your half splits. So remember, we want those hips level. So we're not opening up with that right hip. We're actually thinking about pushing that right hip forwards, left hip back. Nice long leg. And then we're relaxing the gaze, relaxing the neck. If those hands can come to the floor, we're gently releasing them. If they can't quite get to the floor, you can always come up onto fists. That gives you a couple more inches. Good. You can also use some books if you have some nice thick books handy. That can help for our forward folds or our half splits. Anytime we're in a hamstring stretch and you're not quite able to get to the floor, you can use books, or if you have yoga blocks, that is perfect. But like I said, most of us don't have yoga props at home, so we're working with what we have. One more inhale in the half splits. Exhale, press that weight back into that left foot. Remember, if you walked it out, you're probably going to want to wiggle it back in just a tiny bit. And then those right toes are going to tuck underneath. We're going to use those legs and core muscles. Lift nice and fluid, high lunge. Good. So big bend in that left knee. Hips are facing forward. So we're not opening that right hip behind us. We're turning that right hip forwards. Shoulder blades down and back. So nice open chest. Using the backs of the shoulders to open that chest. So you're not coming into a back bend for your high lunge. Good. So from the front, whew, nice. So left leg nice and long. Left leg bent, right leg nice and long. Good. Core slightly tucked. So remember, we're keeping that rib cage right on top of those hips. Nice drop shoulders, open and long neck. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, we're going to slide forwards in that chair pose. So remember that chair pose, we want our feet to come together, knees squeezing, tailbone tucked under. So we have that nice tailbone tuck. So instead of sending our hips out behind us like a squat, we're tucking them under. Nice. Shoulders down and back. Gaze right in front of the face. Nice deep breath. So bring that attention back to that breath. You should be able to lift all 10 fingers, all 10 toes here. Beautiful. One more inhale. Exhale, we're going to forward fold. Good. We're going to hang here for a couple of breaths. Nice deep inhales, nice deep exhales. Let the head hang. Maybe you want to shake that head yes and no a couple times. Good. So you guys are staying in your forward fold. Beautiful. So from that forward fold, we're going to take a big inhale, circle sweep arms all the way up. Nice. To our strong Tadasana. Both hands come to above the head. Palms meet. And then we're going to inhale, lift tippy toes. So gaze is straight up towards the ceiling if that doesn't affect the neck. If we can't quite take that gaze up there, we're going to stare right in front of the face towards the wall or wherever you're facing. So nice high tippy toes. One more inhale. Exhale, heels down, swan dive from those hips. And inhale, halfway lift. Nice flat back here. Exhale, set those hands down, step those feet back, plank. Inhale once. And exhale, chaturanga, elbows tucked in towards the body. Good. Inhale, cobra. Nice back muscle activator. And exhale, down dog. So we're pressing up nice and tall into that down dog. Inhale once. Exhale, walk feet forwards, forward fold. Good. Inhale, circle sweep arms up. Nice flat back on the way. And exhale, swan dive down. So we're repeating those sun salutations a couple times. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Inhale once. Exhale, chaturanga. Make sure you use those triceps. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, down dog. Nice. Make sure you press those heels down. Inhale once. Exhale, walk it forwards, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep arms up. Good. Exhale, swan dive down, folding at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, plank. Inhale once. Exhale, chaturanga all the way down. Use that full exhale. And inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Use those triceps. Press up. Inhale once. And exhale, walk it forwards, forward fold. Good. Inhale, circle sweep arms up. And exhale, swan dive down. Nice. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Inhale once, strong core. Exhale all the way down. We can always come down to knees if we need to for a chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog this time. And exhale, down dog. Good. Inhale once. We're going to exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, press up high. Good. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, press high. Exhale, bend. Inhale, press. Good. Exhale, bend. Inhale, press. Last one. Exhale, bend. Inhale, press. Good. Walk those feet forward, forward fold. Let the head hang. Nice hamstring stretch here. So you want to make sure you're getting into those backside of the leg muscles. Head relaxes. Maybe you want to roll those wrists out. Reconnecting with that breath. Good job. Then we're going to inhale, lift halfway. So halfway lift, we want to make sure that our shoulder blades are pulled back. Nice. Flat back here. So pull the belly button up towards the spine. You can create a nice active core here just by pulling that belly button up towards the spine. One more inhale. Exhale, big bend in those knees. Inhale, lift it up for squat. So squat, we do want those hips to come out behind us. Make sure you're relaxing your forehead. Pull those shoulder blades back. So really getting into the back side of the legs. Push the weight into your heels. You should be able to lift all 10 of those toes. Good. Inhale once. Exhale, send those arms back. Find tippy toe squat. So nice straight arms. Fingers splayed nice and wide. Triceps pulling. Good. Inhale once. Exhale, find that squat. Heels down. Toes should be able to lift. Good. Send those hips out behind you. Big C curve in that spine. And inhale, lift. Press through the heels. Exhale, swan dive down. Folding at those hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back here. Exhale, plank. Inhale once. Exhale, chaturanga. Use that full exhale. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. Good. Inhale once. Exhale, walk feet forwards. Forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep arms up. Nice flat back on the way. Good. Exhale, find that squat. So tailbone sends out behind you. Drop those shoulders and open them back. So nice big C curve in that spine. Inhale, lift tippy toes, arms straight back, fingers splayed nice and wide. So tippy toe squat here. Building some heat in those legs. Good. Find that breath. Reconnect. One more inhale. And exhale, heels drop down. Squat. Send those hips down just an inch lower. And then inhale, press up through those heels. Exhale, swan dive down, folding at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Inhale once. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. Good. Inhale once. Exhale, bend those knees. Inhale, lift high. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift high. Good. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift high. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift high. Last one. Exhale, bend. And inhale, lift high. Good. Walk it forwards, forward fold. So let that head hang. Release the neck. Same thing. Maybe you want to shake the head a little bit. Maybe you want to roll those wrists out. Maybe shake them out a little bit too. Nice deep breaths here. Good. And then we're going to inhale, halfway lift again. So nice flat back. Make sure we're rolling the shoulders back with us. So you're not dropping your shoulders, dropping your chest. You're rolling those shoulders back. Think about lengthening through the tip top of the head. So you want to make that neck as long as it can be. Weight is equal through the feet. We have a nice gentle bend in our knees. So we're not pressing our knees into a hyperextension. Hyperextension is when you push your kneecaps kind of behind you. So we're going to just gently bend those knees. They don't have to be super bent, but just a little bend to protect those joints. We're going to take a nice side stretch opener. So we're going to reach that right hand down to the left ankle. And then left hand reaches up towards the sky. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see it front on. So right hand to that left ankle. Left hand reaches up. Both legs straight to start. Good. And then we're going to bend the right knee. Take that twist deeper. Really reach high with that left hand. Think about dropping that right hip. lifting the left. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly rotate back. Good. Let that head hang for just a breath. And then inhale, left hand to the right ankle. Right hand reaches up. Straight legs on both sides for this first section of the twist. Gaze going up towards the ceiling. Think about trying to separate those shoulders away from each other. So you're pressing into the floor, pressing up towards the sky, and then big bend left knee. Start to drop that left hip, lift that right hip. Up goes that right shoulder. Reach those hands just a little bit further higher on the right side. Nice deep breaths. Really reconnecting with that breath. Opening those rib cages. Good. One more inhale. And exhale, slowly rotate back down. Nice forward fold. Head hang, shoulders hang. Maybe you want to take a little ragdoll, folding opposite hand to opposite elbow. Rocking in that semicircle. Good. And then we're going to come to a stop. Hands hang. Inhale, circle sweep arms up. Good. Coming back through a sun salutation. Exhale, swan dive down, folding at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plank. Inhale once. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. So we're going to hang out in this down dog. Take a couple breaths. Maybe you can adjust those hands, adjust those shoulders. Open up the shoulders away from the neck. And then we're going to inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Nice. Pulling in left knee towards the chest, coming into a nice one-legged plank. And then inhale, extend, three-legged dog. Good. Exhale, pull through. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull through, really using the core muscles. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull through. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull through. Inhale, extend. Last one, exhale, hold. So we're holding in that pull. Good, really activate that core. One more inhale. Exhale, step it back, plank. Inhale, down dog. Good, walk it forwards, forward fold. And inhale, circle sweep arms up. Exhale, swan dive down, folding at those hips. Good, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Inhale once. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. So find those hips. Lift them nice and high. Remember, a couple breaths here. Good. Shoulder blades away from the neck. And then right leg lifts. Three-legged dog. Really use the glute. Drop the rib cage. Activate the core. Nice. Inhale, pull. Exhale, extend. Inhale, pull. Exhale, extend. Couple more. Inhale, pull. Exhale, extend. Really press through the full hand. Inhale, pull. Exhale, extend. Good. Inhale, pull. Exhale, extend. Last one. Hold it. Couple breaths. Use those core muscles. One more inhale. Exhale, plank. Good. So make sure we're setting ourselves up for a proper plank. Hips in line with the spine. One more inhale. Exhale, knees down. Good. Walk it back. Nice high kneeling. So we want those knees right underneath our hips. Rib cage stacked right on top of those hips as well. We're going to open up those arms to a T. So same thing here. Squeeze those glutes gently together. So you're creating some nice support for the spine with the glutes and with your core. Inhale once here. And exhale, fold at the knees, not the hips. Good. Bring it back up. Nice. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Really firing up those quads. Exhale down. Inhale up. Remember, if those arms start to fatigue, we're going to bring those hands at heart center. Bending at the knees, not the hips. Inhale up. Good. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Last two. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Last one. Exhale, lower. Good. Inhale, lift. Beautiful. So coming from that high kneeling position, we're going to step into our high lunge. So we're going to step our right foot forwards, nice big step. And then we're going to tuck those left toes. Inhale, lift. So right leg is forward, left leg is back. Hips face forwards. So we're not opening that left hip. So we're keeping that left hip turned. Shoulder blades are rolled down and back. So we're keeping that nice open chest, but we're not back bending to open it. So we're dropping the shoulder blades down, pressing the heel on that left side towards the floor. Big bend on that right knee. We want to make sure we're not going past our ankle though. So protecting that knee joint, protecting that ankle. We're not shooting that knee forwards. Good. Just holding it here. We're going to do little pulses in a second, but we want to make sure we set ourselves up correctly. So we're going to inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, sink both knees, bend. Good. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. So weight through both the feet. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Last two. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Good. Last one. And exhale, bend. Inhale, just straightening that left leg. Right leg stays bent. Hands come to heart center. High lunge, hold. So a couple breaths here. Make sure those hips are still facing forwards. Weight through both the feet, not just the front foot. Then we're going to inhale, arms extend up. Exhale, arms to a T. Palms face the floor. Then we're going to turn our left hand forwards, right hand back. So nice standing twist. Nice deep breaths. Core is gently engaged. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, we're going to bring that left hand down to the floor. Right hand reaches up, big twist. So really extending up through those right hands, reaching for that ceiling. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, right hand floats down. And then we're going to straighten that right leg. Pyramid pose. So pyramid's a nice deep hamstring stretch for us. Letting the head hang. Remember, if you can't quite get to the floor, you can come up onto fists. Or if you have some books handy or yoga blocks, if you have those. Nice deep breaths here. Really let the head hang. If you want to activate the stretch, you can straighten the spine, almost like a halfway lift. Thinking about pressing that head forwards, flattening the spine. One more inhale. Exhale, big bend right knee. And inhale, lift, high lunge. Good. One more inhale here. Exhale, turn both toes towards the long side of the mat. Nice wide-legged stance. Star pose. So arms nice and straight, legs nice and straight, toes are turned forwards. So we're not turning our toes out like in a second position from ballet. We're turning those toes forwards. So arms to star. Inhale once. Exhale, forward fold. Letting the head hang. I like to kind of move my hips around when I first come down into my forward fold wide-legged stance. So moving those hips, letting the head hang. Maybe you want to move that upper body around a little bit. Good. Nice deep breaths here. Reconnecting with those inhales and exhales. One more inhale. Exhale, we're going to flatten out that spine. Bend both knees. Inhale, push through the heels, lift up. Nice. Turning around. So we're going to bring that left foot forwards for our high lunge. So you want to make sure that you're adjusting your feet. So see how I kind of took a little hop step? You want to make sure your feet are in line with your hips. So right leg is coming straight out from the right hip. Left leg and left foot are coming straight out from your left hip. Now remember, first things that we check in high lunge are the hips and the shoulders. So hips both turn forwards, shoulders come down and back. And then we're checking with that left knee, making sure that we're not pushing that left knee super far forwards. We want it either directly over the ankle or a little bit behind the ankle. So nice high lunge here. Remember, we're going to do those pulses, but we always want to make sure we're setting ourselves up for a proper high lunge. So we're straightening that right leg, big bend in that left knee. One more inhale here. Exhale, bend both those knees down. Inhale, straighten both legs. Exhale, bend both knees. Inhale, straighten both legs. Exhale, bend both knees. Good, weight in both the feet here. Inhale, straighten both legs. Exhale, bend both knees. Good, couple more. So exhale down, inhale, lift. Exhale down, inhale, lift. Last two, exhale down, inhale, lift. Last one, exhale down. Good, inhale, lift. Nice, so just straightening that right leg. Left knee still has that nice big bend in it. Inhale once, and exhale, hands float down to a T. Palms face the floor. Try to drop those shoulders down. So we have a nice relaxed neck, relaxed spine. Then we're going to turn that right hand forwards, left hand back. Gaze follows those left fingers. Nice standing twist. So really working into those hips. Core activates to stabilize the spine. We're reaching straight up to the ceiling with the tip top of the head. Inhale once. And exhale, right hand to the floor. Stretching with that left hand nice and high in that twist. Good. Couple breaths here, really opening up that belly, opening up that chest. One more inhale. And exhale, left hand floats down. This time we're going to step that left foot back, plank pose. Good. So we're going to hold that plank. Remember, you can come down to knees whenever you need to for your plank pose. If you start to feel your hips lifting or dipping, that's a good sign that we need to lower those knees. Make sure you spread your fingers out. Press through the full hand, not just your wrist bones. One more inhale. Exhale, chaturanga down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. Good. Lifting those hips nice and high. Beautiful. Remember, those fingers are spread nice and wide. Shoulder blades are pressing away from the spine. Or away from the neck, excuse me. One more inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, press up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, press up. Good. Exhale, bend. Inhale, press up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, press up. Last two, exhale, bend. Inhale, press up. Last one, exhale, bend. Inhale, press up. Good. Walk those feet forwards, forward fold. Let that head hang. Maybe roll out those wrists. Nice deep breaths. Reconnect with that breath. Let the head just gently relax down. Let those neck muscles turn off. Nice forward fold. We're going to go for a bind here. So your bind, you're reaching behind your ankles for your calves. You can also reach your peace fingers around your big toes. Or you can go for gorilla, which is where you stand on top of your palms. So those are all our options for your bind. Now the bind, you're just trying to get a little bit deeper into the pose, using your hands to help you out. So you're grabbing something and then you're pulling with those biceps and arms to get yourself a little bit deeper into the stretch than you normally would be able to, which is gravity. So nice deep breaths. Still relaxing the body. So just because we're kind of pulling into the stretch still doesn't mean that we want to cause pain. We're still being careful, making sure that we're not crossing that line. Good. Just really letting the body relax into the stretch. Maybe you want to gently pulse in it. So pulsing is just moving a tiny bit deeper while you're still maintaining a stretch. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, we're going to release from that bind. And then we're going to bend the knees. Lift, nice squat pose. So remember, weights in the heels, not the toes. Shoulders are pulled back. Belly button's nice and tight, so we're activating that core. And inhale, lift onto those tippy toes. Tricep pull straight back. Arms as straight as they can. Fingers splayed nice and wide. Kneecaps are pointing forward, so we're not opening our knees. We're also not collapsing our knees together. One more inhale. Exhale, press those heels back down. Shoulders lift. Good, and press through the heels up. Beautiful. Swan dive down as you exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. One more inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. So we're lifting nice and tall. Make sure those feet are about hip distance apart. Hands are a little bit wider than shoulders. We're pressing the belly button in towards the spine. Rib cage is dropping. Good. Inhale, we're going to lift that right leg. Three-legged dog, nice and tall, and then bend the knee, opening up scorpion dog. It's a nice hip opener. One more inhale. And exhale, straighten it back out. Coming down to the right knee, right elbow with that right knee. And then we're going to inhale, lift. Three-legged dog. Exhale to the left elbow. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the left. Good. One more each elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the left. Good. Step it back, plank, and chaturanga down. Inhale, cobra or up dog, and exhale, down dog. Good. Left legs turn. Inhale, left leg nice and tall, three-legged dog. Open it up, scorpion dog. So the shoulders are staying square, just that hip opening. And then straighten it back out. Exhale to the left elbow. Inhale, extend up. Exhale to the right elbow, so you're crossing underneath. Inhale, extend up. Good. Exhale to the left. Inhale, extend up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, extend up. Use those full inhales, full exhales. Good. And then to the right. Last one, inhale up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, lift. And exhale to the right. Good. Plank pose. Coming down to the knees, down to the elbows. Now if that core is still feeling like a challenge, you can come up off of the knees, back onto the toes. Staying on those elbows though. So dolphin plank. Remember to open the shoulders, open the chest. Try to keep that head engaged so you're not dropping your head. You're also not gazing in front of you. Gaze is a little bit in front of the mat, but we're not cranking our head up. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, knees drop, hips drop. Lift the chest and head, Sphinx. So Sphinx pose, we want to relax the hips. Relax the body. Good. Really letting that low back settle. Nice deep breaths. So this is a nice little belly stretch. One more inhale. Exhale, we're going to peel that belly up. Tuck those toes. Walk those hips high, dolphin. So dolphin is like our down dog, except we're on our elbows. So you're pushing your chest back. Feet are about hip distance apart. Trying to tilt that tailbone up towards the sky. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, knees come down. Untuck those toes. Lift into that nice high kneeling position. So we're back to that high kneeling. Nice engaged core. Arms open wide. So back to that quad activator. So knees about hip distance. Remember, rib cage stays stacked. We're keeping those rib cages right over those hips. Nice engaged core. Bending at the knees, not the hips. So your hips aren't going back. Your full body is going back. Arms nice and wide, or hands at heart center, so that's your modification if those shoulders are starting to fatigue on you. So we're exhaling down, inhaling up. Good. Exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down, inhale up. Engage that core. Exhale down, feel those quads. Inhale up, glutes help support. So remember, squeeze those glutes. Exhale down, inhale up. Good, nice long spine. Reach tall through the top of the head. Try to relax those face muscles. Remember, hands at heart center whenever they need to. Keep that body nice and straight. Try to think of it kind of like a plank. Everything stays nice and still. Let's do 2 more. You guys got this. Nice deep breath. Exhale down. Inhale up. Last one. Exhale down. And inhale up. Good. Nicely done. So we're going to turn sideways on our mat. So you're kneeling still, but we want to make sure that we're facing one of the long sides of our mat. We're going to step our right foot out. Toes are facing towards the mat, or towards the long side of the mat, excuse me. And then we're going to inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, right hand floats down, left hand floats over, gate pose. So gate pose is a side body opener. Good. Weight through both the knee and the foot. So you're not leaning all the way into the knee, you're not leaning all the way into the foot. And inhale, rise up. Good. Exhale, left hand is going to come down to the floor. So this is coming into our kneeling half moon. So kneeling half moon, couple pointers. You want your shoulders stacked and you want your hips stacked. So as we lift that right leg, toes are pointing towards the long side of the mat. We're lifting with the outer hip. So we're extending through the shoulders, extending through the hip. Push through the heel on that right side. So heel lengthens, head lengthens. So we're making our arms nice and long, spine nice and long. Really activating the side body. One more inhale. And exhale, right leg floats down. Send it back up for gate. And then we're coming to puppy dog in our gate. So puppy dog, we're walking the hands forwards, melting the chest down towards the floor. Head floats down. So I'm going to turn sideways so you guys can see that one too. So we're in that gate pose, and then we're folding it forwards. Hips stay high, chest and head go low. So you should feel a nice inner thigh stretch on that right side. Good. Being careful with those shoulders. We're walking them in. Lifting the head as we come up. Good. Send those hips back. Nice. Slowly bring that right foot in. And then back to that high kneeling, switching sides. So this time that left leg is going to extend out. Toes pointing towards the long side of the mat. So that is important. We're trying to turn that foot. So it's going to activate that ankle a slightly different direction. Then we're going to inhale both hands up. Exhale, left hand down, really reaching high with that right hand. You're trying to reach away from that rib, away from that hip. Beautiful. Couple deep breaths here. So you're still breathing in this big side stretch. You're not cutting off that oxygen supply. Still bringing in nice breaths. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, float back up. Now remember, preparing for your half moon, your kneeling half moon, we want to think about those shoulders stacking. So that right hand's going to come down a little bit in front of where your shoulder is going to be. Stacking those shoulders, and then we're thinking about turning those hips, stacking them one on top of the other. Good. Pressing through the heel on that left foot, through the head towards the opposite direction. So you're stretching the body opposite directions. Think about lengthening the core, lengthening the spine. Good. Still breathing, so you're not holding that breath. One more inhale. Exhale, left foot back down. Good. Inhale up, and then we're finding that puppy dog pose again. So hands float down, head floats down, hips go nice and high. So once again, I'll turn sideways so you guys can see that from the side too. So we're in that gate pose, foot out. Inhale, hands high. Hips stay high. Head and chest float down towards the mat. If you can get your forehead to the mat, that's your goal in your puppy dog pose. Nice. Softening that breath, softening the face, and then inching one elbow in at a time, and then pressing up through the head. Good. Coming back down. So you're rolling onto the knee, onto the heel, and then slowly bringing that left foot back in. So now we're in our low kneeling position. So low kneeling, hips are on top of the heels. You're stacked basically on top of your own feet, kind of. Now, if this hurts a little bit, some people it's a little bit intense on the knees. If you have just like a piece of clothing handy, you can take a piece of clothing and stuff it in between. So I have my yoga towel, so I can fold it up a couple of times, make it a little bit thick. And then if my knees started hurting, I could stick this right in between kind of the calves and the thighs. It just creates a little bit of a lift between them, and so it's not as direct pressure on the back sides of those kneecaps. So we're going to do our octopus side body stretches here. So octopus side body stretches, you're dipping one hip off as you reach the opposite direction. So I'm dipping my right hip off of my right heel, reaching my right hand over. So it's allowing us to kind of cross the hip line because we're dropping the hip over the heel. So we're reaching and stretching, and then inhale back to center, exhale, switch. Good. So dropping that left hip, left arm reaches over, inhale back to center, and exhale, switch. Now if you want to make it a little bit deeper, then you're going to bring your left hand to the right knee. Switching down. Right hand to the left knee, left hand reaches up and off, or up and over, left hip up and off. Good. Switch. So remember, that's only if you want to take that stretch a little bit deeper, you're reaching that opposite hand over. Otherwise, your opposite hand is just going to stay on the floor on the opposite side. So a couple more each direction, really enjoying that side stretch. Good. I like to exhale for the stretch. Inhale through center. Exhale for the stretch. Good. Inhale through center. Let's do one more each side. Exhale for the stretch. Inhale through center. Exhale for the stretch. Beautiful. Back to center. So we're going to come all the way onto our backs here. You're going to want to grab whatever strap you had handy. So if that ended up being a belt or a purse strap or some other kind of strap, you're going to grab that if you need it. You're going to come all the way down onto your back. Both knees are going to fold in towards the chest, and then you're going to lengthen the left leg all the way to the floor. Strap is going to come onto the right arch. Stretch that leg up towards the ceiling. Now, if you have the availability, you can reach for the top around the foot, or you can reach peace fingers around the big toe. That way you don't need the strap. So if you don't need the strap, you don't have to use it. But most of us in this supine hamstring stretch might need the strap. You can also grab behind the calf. Now, if you want to, you can lift the head and chest up and off the floor, or you can keep that back nice and flat. I like to kind of pull some of my hamstring stretches. So once again, that's just taking it a tiny bit deeper into the stretch, not causing pain. So remember, stretching shouldn't be painful. So we're always thinking about not causing pain in our stretches, just gently encouraging that muscle to find a little bit more length. One more inhale here. Exhale, slowly float that right leg down. We're going to fold that left knee in. So we're going to hug that knee in towards the chest. And remember, if we need that strap, we're going to put the strap on now. So you're putting the strap on that arch and then extending it up. So remember, that strap is going to help us find the stretch. Now, a lot of people are a little bit more flexible on one side versus the other. So for me, my left leg is a little less flexible. So I don't necessarily need the strap, but I definitely can't get it quite as far as my right foot. So sometimes I still like to use the strap on my left just because it's a little bit more comfortable. I'm not quite as comfortable in the flexibility on that left side as I am on the right side. And remembering we don't want to cause pain. We're just trying to cause a nice lengthening on that muscle. You can do that pulsing like we did on the first side. You can also pull the head and chest up. So a couple options for you in that hamstring stretch. Starting to calm the body down. Calm that breath down, and then left leg is going to come down. We're going to bend both those knees. We're going to send our legs or our feet kind of towards the edges of the mat. Knees nice and wide. Now for this one, you need a little bit of space because we're dropping our knees side to side. So you might need to turn sideways. I have a futon on one side of me, so I'm going to have to turn sideways. But you're dropping both knees gently to one side, letting the hips open and relax in that drop. So this is our windshield wipers. You're going to inhale to center, exhale to the opposite side. So you're dropping the knees. So drop the knees. Feet stay in the same spot. I just had to move mine so I could get underneath my futon with my knee. So we're relaxing the hips here, relaxing the knees, and then back up. So nice wide stance, gently dropping opposite side. So you want to keep those feet nice and wide, and then inhale back to center. Exhale, opposite side. Good. Really let those hips relax. Last time, one on each side. So wide feet, wide knees. Gently drop. Good. Last time through center, inhale up. And exhale, opposite side. So wide feet, wide knees. Let those hips drop all the way. Relaxing all the way down. Good. And then back through center. Nice. We're going to curl up into a tiny little ball. Rock left to right, getting that nice little spinal massage. You can also choose Happy Baby here if you'd like. Happy Baby, you're reaching inside your thighs. And then pulling onto those toes with those peace fingers. Knees go wide, pulling the legs down towards the mat. So Happy Baby, or just knees to chest, whatever feels better for you. Making sure you're letting your neck rock with you, so you're not twisting the neck every single time you rock left to right. Good. Gently come into a stop. And we're lengthening those feet all the way out. Arms are going to float down to the floor, palms face the sky. I like to popcorn my legs before settling into my Shavasana, just letting some blood kind of loosen up. Maybe roll those legs side to side. And take a couple deep breaths. Eyes come closed. Adjusting hips, shoulders, head, and neck for your Shavasana. Relax the breath. And relax the body. Just letting thoughts pass like clouds. Not settling on anything, not concentrating on anything. Feeling your body sink down into the mat. Relaxing the joints. Good. One more inhale. And exhale, we're slowly going to roll onto our right side. And then gently press ourselves up into an easy seated pose. You're pressing up. Finding that easy seated pose. Hands come to heart center. Gaze is low or eyes are closed. Thank you for taking time out of your day, joining me virtually for a little bit of centering, strengthening yoga. My wish for you is that you walk in light, love, truth, and peace. Carry this wish with you as you go, and namaste. Thanks, guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed it.